Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog and welcome to week 2 of Andy going to his after school club. It's actually right now, as I stand here talking to you, around about the time he would normally be coming home from school. We're starting today's vlog at 3:30. He's not here, we've not had a phone call. That suggests he's gone along to after school club just fine, which is good. It means we get this bonus 2.5 hours that last week we used for some DIY. We fixed some windows. This week, because Anna is well and truly suffering with the poorliness that I've given her, she's using it to catch up on some movies that you haven't watched yet. What have you already watched this afternoon?
No, I was asleep one morning, because I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I watched Ready Player One.
For the second time in a month. Is Ready Player One good enough to watch twice in 1 month? I'm not sure it is. What are you watching now?
I don't know yet.
And that she's going through Now TV. I thought Now TV had expired.
I think it's 17th.
Oh, so we're on our last. We got a Now TV 1 month membership to use over Christmas. We got it just as the kids were breaking up from school. I thought it had expired, but she's going through Now TV, really trying to get the last dregs of money's worth and pick one more movie to watch before we have to go and pick Andy up. I've used the extra time to do 2 sets of Football Manager videos today. So I recorded today's videos this morning and tomorrow's videos this afternoon because I need to get ahead for the weekend anyway. There always has to be 1 day a week where I do double duty. But also on Friday morning, I'm taking Anna to uni because we've got to go and pick up her results for semester 1 at university. So I need to get ahead for that anyway. Yes, semester 1 of year 2 of uni. So I need to get ahead for that anyway, and then it'll all be fine. I've been busy working and now I have the very difficult job ahead of me for the next couple of hours of working out which one of the awesome entries we've had for our banner design competition we're going to choose as our final banner. We've narrowed down, we've got 2 ways of people have submitted them. We had a whole load of entries through 99 Designs, the website that for some reason I chose even though I can't say it right without sounding like a farmer. 99 Designs. So we've got loads of designs through there. We've also had a load that have been submitted through you guys on Twitter, which is awesome as well. And we're now trying to choose between, there's 30 entries probably. I think in my head I've got it narrowed down to a short list of about 8. I think I have a favourite, but Lucy has a completely different favourite. Anna's got a few that she likes that sort of agrees with what we've been saying. And we don't know what to do. We've put it out to a poll on Twitter this afternoon and the poll at the moment is sort of agreeing with Lucy, but my one is in second. So I don't know what to do. I need to sit and work out which one is going to be best for all the different things we want to use it for. And that's a difficult task. Goodness me, that 2 hours goes quickly. We're no closer to deciding. Actually, we may be a little bit closer to deciding what the banner is. I guess we already decided by the time you're watching this video. But it's now almost 5:30. We need to go and get Andy. It's only normally like a 15-minute drive to get to his school, but last week the traffic was awful. We don't normally head that way at this time of day. I don't know if it's an every week the traffic's really bad or if it was just bad last week, so we're going to go and experiment. Well, for those of you who are desperately interested in the traffic between our house and Andy's school, which I confess is probably not very many of you, it was fine. We had to stop at the petrol station and at Lidl on the way just to kill some time, and we're still here 7 minutes early. Anna's desperate to show you her new phone case. Come on, it's the door from Friends.
I keep smashing my phone, so look at that line.
Such a nerd.
That's it.
She's cracked her phone.
No, I've cracked the screen protector in all corners and now straight across it, so I'm going to get a phone case that has a lip on it. Cause I do like Skinny Dip, but they don't have any protection for the front, so.
Bad Skinny Dip.
Right, I'm going to get rid.
I'm going to sit here.
Oh my god, it's cold.
And that's why. Did you have fun then, Andy?
Yeah.
What did you do?
You done a club tour.
You did the club after school. He did. I don't know what he did there. Hopefully there'll be some notes on it in his book when we get home. But seems rather cheerful. We just had to wait a good 5 minutes or so. He was the last to leave. They couldn't find his coat. He left his coat in the changing room earlier today. I don't know what he was changing into, but we have now found his coat. And he didn't mind just hanging around and waiting. Seems to have a very different relationship with school now to what he did a year ago. It's awesome. And we're home. What have we got in there?
They ate more than half of his Rice Krispies and then did his weight again.
And is it the same again?
It's in pounds this time.
They've got. I think we need to put a note on there telling him to stop weighing him every day. That's just weird.
I don't need it.
I'm going to put a note in there saying please stop weighing him, because the agreement was they'd do it once a week.
He's 5 stone, 13.5 pounds.
Yeah, which we knew. 6 stone. Yeah, which we knew. That's what he was the other day.
Yeah, but now he's gone down half a pound.
That's why they shouldn't weigh him every day. Everyone fluctuates from day to day. They're just making a rod for their own back. It's so silly. Despite the fact that all their panic last week was proven to be for nothing, they do still seem to have it in their head that he's lost a huge amount of weight really quickly and needs to be super closely monitored. So our response to that is going to be, he hasn't, stop weighing him every day. I think they've sent him home with a food and weight diary that they now want everyone to fill in. I think I might just keep that here and put a note in his other book saying, we're not using this. His weight is fine, he's eating fine, stop. All that aside, it does look like he's had an action-packed day at school. He wrote a letter as Mr. Tumnus to Lucy for a tea party. He did some numeracy and he went to the 4D room as well. So we're back in love with the 4D room again, which is awesome. Is the 4D room good, Andy?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Mm-hmm. Splendid. And now you're having some crisps. Well, I shall leave you alone and go and make our dinner then. Well, as you've just seen, Andy is completely used to his new schedule. 1 week in, only doing it on Wednesdays. Normally it would be having a different schedule one day of the week would be absolutely completely disruptive for him, but he's just taken to it like a duck to water. Me and Anna are struggling to work out what to do with the time more than Andy's struggling with the change. I don't know how we're going to do it so we don't completely lose half the day like we kind of had to have today. We were sorting out the banner stuff. We'll get onto that in a few minutes. We were sorting that out and there was lots of discussion to have about that, so I guess the time felt less productive than it actually was, because I think if we get the banner right, and I think we have got the banner right, or at least we're very nearly there, I think that's got the potential to be a huge difference maker for the channel going forward. So it was important time, but what's actually happened is we've got to 6 o'clock, picked Andy up, got home at like 6:30, then I've got dinner ready. We've just sort of finished eating our dinner at 7:30, at which point Anna takes Andy upstairs for his bed, bath, all that kind of stuff. They're up there now. I'm sat out here, it's like 8:30. He's just finished his bath, he's having bedtime stories and stuff now. And our evenings kind of just disappeared and I haven't got stuff done like I normally would have. I haven't filmed the way I normally would. I haven't got the admin bits that I normally do in the evening done the way I normally would, so I think we need to rejig Wednesdays around a little bit to make them work a little bit better for us. But like I say, the fact that he's taken to the routine as well as he has is absolutely fantastic. We were really unsure about this after school club when we were offered it, and he has just taken to it brilliantly. On the topic of out of school activities and things, we also had confirmation come through this afternoon from our social worker that Andy's respite care allowance has been upped. At the moment he gets 24 days of respite. It's 24 days every 6 months, is that right? Does that work out at 2 days a month? No, Kev, that works out at 2 days a year. Oh, I did A-level maths. Would you believe I did A-level maths? Well, it's now gone from 24 days allowance to 36 days allowance. So that means rather than 2 days a month, he now gets 3 days a month. So in addition to having 1 weekend spell a month, he's also going to have 1 midweek stay a month. And they're going to arrange the transport to and from Boston for it as well. So on the midweek stays, and this is a big change and a big thing that we're nervous about how it's going to work, but the social worker has been pushing for this for about a year. She's really keen to push Andy's independence as far as we possibly can. Obviously he turns 15 this summer. We need to start thinking about adult provision for him, and I think that's the direction she's pushing us towards. Let's see how independent we can get him by the time he finishes school, and I completely get that. It's just scary for us as parents. But the way these midweek respite sessions will work is he'll leave us, let's say he's there on a Tuesday night, for example, he'll leave us on the school bus Tuesday morning to go to school with his overnight bag. He'll then get taken from school to respite via school transport, spend the night there. He'll then be transported back from respite to school on the Wednesday morning, so the next time we see him will be when he gets home on the school bus again on the Wednesday. So it's a different kind of respite for us, for sure, and we'll see how it works out. I guess we haven't got any dates for when that starts yet. It's going to be at some point in the next couple of months. We'll do the first couple, I guess, and see how he gets on with them. And if he gets on well with them, then that's another step towards independence for Andy, which is awesome. The other thing I just wanted to talk about Andy before we get into the banner stuff is there was quite a few people yesterday who, because yesterday, if you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch yesterday's video, but we did a video about Andy wanting to stay up till 11 o'clock to watch QI, because he just got it in his head that he wanted to watch QI. Loads of people said, Kev, the reason he wants to stay up is because he's nearly 15 and 8 o'clock is too early a bedtime for Andy. Couple of things just to explain why he goes to bed as early as he does. I agree, it's a very, very early bedtime for a 14, 15-year-old. Me and Anna were just talking about it a couple of days ago. So again, all of our conversations at the moment are about our Disney holiday that we're going to be having in May. And we were talking about how are we going to get him ready for the late nights that he's going to have as part of that, because what we don't want when we're on holiday in Disneyland, we're only there for 3 nights, we don't want Andy to want to be in bed or having a bath and getting ready for bed at 7:30 in the evening. We want to be able to really get the most out of our stay. We want him to be staying up till 10, 11 o'clock at night and then maybe having a bit of a sleep in. All 5 of us are going to be in one hotel room. We don't really want Andy waking us up at 4 a.m. every day. So we were talking about that and how we might prepare him for it and possibly trying to extend his bedtime out. But we've tried in the past. There's loads of times we've tried to get his bedtime to be a little bit later and he won't do it. He won't cooperate with it. He gets super tired from about 7:30, 8 o'clock onwards. If we try and keep him awake, he'll just start falling asleep on the chair. And if he falls asleep on the chair, then we won't be able to get him to fall asleep in bed and he'll be up all night. And it's because he gets up so early. Most days he's up between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Occasionally he'll have a bit of a lie-in and stay in bed till maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. He'll just be getting up when we're getting up. But usually he's up and downstairs by 4 a.m. Especially in the summer, it gets even earlier. He'll get up when the sun gets up in the summer. And even if we keep him up late, he tends to still get up early the next morning. And what actually happens is he just gets really, really, really tired and starts crashing, going for naps during the day. What he won't ever do is stay up late. He just doesn't like to do it. He's got no interest in staying up late, apart from yesterday, obviously. Even on New Year's, we mentioned on the New Year's Eve video this year that this year just gone was the first time he's ever stayed up till midnight to watch the fireworks on TV on New Year's Eve, because he just can't do it. He normally just falls asleep. So it's not us enforcing an 8 o'clock bedtime on him. It's if we try and get his bedtime any later, it just completely disrupts his entire routine. It doesn't make him sleep in any longer. It just makes him operate on less sleep. It would be like, say, for example, if you watching this, if you're used to going to bed at 11 o'clock every night, for example, and getting up at, say, 7 o'clock, us trying to make Andy stay up until 10 is the equivalent of me just waking you up at 5 a.m. every day. You're probably still going to be awake until 10:30, 11 o'clock most nights, because you'll have your routines, your things that you like to do. He has stuff he does at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, probably, before we come down and see what he's up to. I imagine he uses that time to sit at his table with his iPad and eat crisps with his iPad in front of him, which we don't let him do. There'll be lots of things that he'll be doing that he wouldn't be able to do any other time. And it's not like super bad stuff, so we just let him get on with it. But yeah, if I woke you up at 5 a.m. every morning when you're used to getting up at 7, you're not going to start going to bed 2 hours earlier, probably. You're just going to get tired. And that's what happens with Andy. So that's why at the moment his bedtime is 8 p.m. We're not sure what we're going to do when we do go away. We've already said we're going to try. Someone sent us a blackout blind a little while ago that we use in his bedroom now. It's just sort of sticks onto the window with suction cups. We're going to take that with us to France and use that to just try and black out the hotel room completely, and I guess just try and keep him up super late. I mean, the first day we're there, we're waking up, we've got to be at the Eurotunnel terminal at like 6 in the morning, so we're going to be leaving our hotel at 5:30. So the first day of our holiday, we're going to be waking up at 4:35 a.m. and then we're going to try and keep him up as late as possible, and hopefully that'll force him into a cycle of he has to have a lay-in on the next morning, which lets him stay up a little bit later. And I just don't know what we'll do when we try and get him back to school. That might be a disaster. But I've talked about all that stuff for much longer than I planned to. That was supposed to just be a quick update. Future Kev, I hope you've shaved that down from the 12 minutes or so that you've just waffled on for, because the last thing I wanted to touch on before we finish things off for today is the banner design competition. Firstly, thank you to everyone who submitted designs. We got far more designs than we expected, both through the 99 Designs competition and submitted through people who aren't registered on the 99 Designs website. We probably got somewhere in the region of 30 designs submitted in the end, which is fantastic. So much really high quality stuff. We could and would have been happy with any one of like 7 or 8 of them that were real top quality stuff. In the end though, we did narrow it down to these 2 that I'll put up on the screen now. There's a very good chance by the time you're watching this vlog, we've already picked the winner and you can see it, so you already know which one it is. But at the moment, we're leaning towards this one, the corkboard one. Lucy is really pushing hard for the purple one. She much prefers that. But me and Anna don't really like that as a banner. We think it's a nice design. It's very pretty, but it doesn't obviously say this is a family vlog channel, whereas the corkboard one, I think, makes it really clear that it's a family vlogging channel, which is what we want from the banner. But the one thing we're not completely happy with the banner is the text they've used, the font they've used to put our names in under each picture. So we've asked for a last revision on that, or a revision on that. If they can get the font right down there, I think that one will be perfect, and we'll probably use that one. If we can't get the font right, there's still a few little niggling doubts with all 3 of us, so we might have ended up going for the other one with maybe a logo put on it or something. I don't know, but thank you to everyone who's taken part. Thank you to everyone who's given feedback through the new Twitter account at Chapman Family YT. That's been massively helpful as well. People who voted in the polls, it has been really helpful. And hopefully you like the new look, if it's there now or when it is there soon. That's not the end of the rebrand either. There's going to be a new intro. There's going to be a new merch. There's going to be new other bits and pieces as well. Lucy's designing a t-shirt for us to wear at VidCon. There's lots of other stuff going on behind the scenes, and hopefully it is all seen as positive change. And I think we like I say, we're really pushing for this 100,000 subscribers ASAP. We want to hit 100k early this year and then really push the channel on from there. We're going at this full throttle at the moment, and hopefully the quality of the vlogs is continually improving and the effort is appreciated. But we will wrap it up there for today, because I've sat here waffling on at my desk for far too long. This is a habit you need to get out of, Kev, if you want to really explode the channel. You can't talk for 15 minutes at the end of the vlog sat at a desk. Urgh. I'm working on this too. Stop talking then if you're working on it. My word. If you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching.